Good morning, lovely people, and welcome to your channel, Mark Bayeski YouTube channel, and the self-help 10 minutes or so that we give ourselves most mornings, because believe it or not, I listen back to this message and think, oh, that's interesting. Can you believe that? I often, in fact, this morning, I've got to be honest, a video came up of one that I did years ago. And I listened to it and I was so overwhelmed I started crying. People often think that because I speak these kind of truths that I must be this super amazing guru, which is absolute nonsense. As I've said many years now, the guru isn't really truly the guru, even though you believe that to be true because we are conditioned to believe in a more superior being than ourselves, which is conditioned in us from being a child, i.e. teachers, guides, people who are there that we believe are there to tell us the truth. And we've found out now, most of us, that the truth isn't the truth. And, you know, most books are only written by people who have won wars, you know, governments, agendas of people that want you to feed the system. People like me started a long time ago scratching our heads and going, that's not right. What do you mean? I have to go to work 9 to 5. What? You mean I've only got 2 weeks a year to have fun? Yeah, the awakening is quite a wonderful thing, but you know, you scratch your head as kids when you start to realise something doesn't feel right. We often travel the world trying to find the truth because of what we've been programmed, which is, you know, we believe that there's people out there who can give us the answers to life. So we end up sort of going all over and meeting people thinking that we're going to get the answer until the day that we stop and again scratch our heads and say, you know what? I don't think nobody's got the answer. I think the answer is within me, and I've got to now realise that it is me who's the guru. It is me who has to figure out these things. It is me who has to find my truth. It is I who have to believe in myself and take those leaps of faith to be able to change my life and what I feel is important for my, I call it spiritual growth. You can call it your everyday happiness. It doesn't matter. They're just words. But at the end of the day, my gosh, everybody, why are we here? You know, what is all of this about? Is it about being born, finding a job, getting a mortgage, getting married, and just living? Or is life a little more than that? Around 13, 14 years ago, I was in this village and a man walked into the shop, and my wife then was talking to him for quite a while. She was very interested in his life. And when he left, I came downstairs and said, who was that man? And she said, he's really interesting. I said, why is he interesting? She says, because he gave up everything in life to live a life of simplicity. So he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a home, he doesn't have a wife, he just travels the world. And I said, how can he travel the world if he doesn't have work? She says, well, what he does is he stays at retreats, kibbutz, and people who will have him here and there, and he'll spend time in the mountain and he'll sleep in caves and outdoors. So he'll maybe go to somebody's house and maybe paint and decorate their house, and the little money he gets, then he goes to a country like Greece. And what he loves to do is he loves to pick crystals from the floor, and he always carries lots of crystals. And I'm ashamed of saying this, but then I laughed and I said, I can't remember the words, but they were somewhat negative, and a bum may have been the word. A lazy bum could have been the word. And I look back now and, you know, I don't feel bad about what I said. What I feel bad about is that I was so conditioned to the belief that we have to get a job, we have to work 9 to 5, and it's this conditioning that we are all programmed to believe that when something shakes that foundation that we believe was true, we tend to resist it or get angry or reject it. And my God, do I look back now, and Tim, the man who I'm talking about, is one of my best friends, and he is my guru. You know why? Because he's got it right. He wakes up every morning with the biggest smile on his face. He can go where he wants. The system doesn't control him. He's not controlled by taxes. He's not controlled by anything other than making a little bit of money, buying a plane ticket, going to Greece, and sleeping in the mountains, eating the fresh fruit from the trees, living with nature, and enjoying crystals and swapping and selling crystals to people like me. That when he comes, I'm overjoyed to see him, and I look at him and say, thank you for showing me the truth. My dear friends, we are all subject to the conditioning of this system. You and I and every other single person have been subject to this. It is not our fault. It is what happens as children. It is conditioned into us as little kids. As soon as we come out, we're thrown into a school and we're being lectured, told, or brainwashed into what we should and shouldn't do. You see, if I had a world that is free from politics and government and from the system, you would have a world where I would encourage you to be who you are and what you've come here to be, not what the system wants you to be to control you, so you feed that very system, you see. And what I've done every single day for many, many years now is to encourage you to break free from that system. It's just a word. It's just a word. I call it the system, but it's far more than that. It is the fear system. It is there to stop you from being who you are and why you came here. And you'll often hear me say on all these videos, who are you? Why are you here? It is them two sentences that are the most important things to our awakening, to help us realize and break free from it. I saw all this fear and anger towards ourselves through the system. My father was a perfect example. Teachers are a perfect example. Many of them are leaving now because of the system. It strangles you. My father said, get a job. Don't leave the job. Once you've got a job, that's it. Stick at it, because that's how it should be. And he came home every night and beat the living daylights out of us. Everything that the system does creates fear, creates worry every day, and creates what I call an energy which we call depression, because we are not free to feel and be who we are. And many of you will argue with me and say we are free compared to other countries. I'm not comparing anything. I am telling you about you as an individual, not about other countries where, Korea, South Korea. I'm talking about you as an individual. Ask yourself, are you truly free to be able to break free from this system? Are you? Can you give everything up? Or would you want to give everything up? I'm not asking you to give anything up. I'm just stating the obvious, that many of us wonder why we are so depressed and so upset and so lost. I work daily to try and be more free. And you may think that I'm not, but I am. Everything in this room means nothing to me. This property that doesn't belong to me, If it was taken away from me tomorrow, it doesn't mean anything from me. It doesn't mean nothing. Things don't mean anything anymore. I am who I am wherever I go, whatever I do. I am me, and I can create anything that I want. That is power. That is true power. When you are imprisoned to what you think you own, the things that you think you own, then the system has got you again. Why do you think they want you to buy every day? Why do you think they want you to buy? They want you to buy to keep you occupied. They don't want you to open up to your spirituality, because you become a danger. Why? Because you realize then, that moment, that given moment when you've woken up, that the system is that what kept you where you were. And now you want to break free from it. That's dangerous to them. They don't want to lose you. They want to pull you in, so you feed the machine all the time. That feeds everything, that gives them the power and the strength and all the big houses that they own all over the world, and the corporate companies and the bigger cars and the holidays and all the things that they ever want. So it's just a vicious circle. So today is a beautiful day, and my message to you is clear. You are your guru. The answers do not lie outside of there. They lie within you. You are the strength. You have to believe in yourself more than anything that you own. You have to look at yourself as the answer to everything. And once you realize you are your power, infinite power of wisdom and infinite anything, then you can achieve anything in your life. You can do anything, and nothing will ever hold you back, and nothing will imprison you anymore. Then, and only then, do we find our true happiness and our purpose, because our purpose always reveals itself when we break free from a system that imprisons us daily. Where did that come from? Okay, guys, I love you all. Yeah, whatever's happening, step by step, take your time, don't rush, don't force, don't push, just simply flow. The more you become awakened, the more things will come into your life to help you move forward in a loving way. Balance is the key. Don't rush, don't force, don't push, please. Okay, I was a little bit different. I sold everything on eBay and jumped in a van and drove to a mountain and then found my awakening. You don't have to do that. You can take small steps. You can say no to the system, and then you can then start to say yes to yourself. That's a good way. And therefore you start to feed yourself more and realize you start to stroke yourself more and realize that I am beautiful and I do deserve more, and I do, and the rest, the time you give yourself, and all of these things start to build you up to become, well, you become free. You start to feel freedom. You start to feel less pressure, less worry, and all of a sudden everything just starts to make sense. And then, boom, your awakening comes. I really don't know what the message today was, but I do believe that some of you may feel a word or two or a paragraph from this. And if you do feel something from this, then I've done my job today. It is a beautiful day in Mias Pueblo. I am overjoyed to... you know what? I'm really happy today. I am really, really happy today. I don't think I've been as happy. Yeah. I want to share that happiness with you guys, and I want you to know that when I speak about this journey of mine, all the videos that I've done, I think you're only as strong as the moment that you say your last words. So if you can feel me now, if you can hear this voice, these words, I've never been as happy. So I know that the journey I'm on always leads you to a more happier and stronger and inner peace than ever before. And I know I'll fall maybe tomorrow or the day after, but in truth, I'm happier more now than I've ever been in a lifetime. So I am true to my word, and I tell you when I'm down and I tell you when I'm up, and I'm up far more than I am down these days, which is a real blessing. Okay, thank you for subscribing to Mark Bajewski YouTube channel. I'm overjoyed. I look and just think, wow, thanks guys. I really mean it. I mean it with my hand on my heart. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Love you all. Grab this. See you guys.